What do we have on the feet today? Of course, we got the Yeezys. Now, one thing you don't know about me is I'm a Yeezy fanatic. Preferably the 350s. 350s are my favorite. These guys are the 350 Onyx. Absolutely love them. Besides my BMWs, I also love Yeezys. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Here's my 2021 BMW M340i. Now the number one question I get constantly is what mods do I have? So instead of just responding to each and every single one of you one by one, I'm just gonna tell you all the mods I have. First mod I have, Dynon exhaust. Now the Dynon exhaust has quad tip. Now the reason I didn't go with AWE is because AWE doesn't have the valve system. It's pretty much just a straight pipe system, and I didn't want to do that, constantly have a straight pipe D58. These things sound crazy already from factory. Mod number 2, catless downpipe. Brand is VRSF. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there next to the turbo. Mod number 2. Now I went with catless because I wanted to hear the exhaust sounds. Like I said, I have a valve system, so I can close the valve so it can kind of settle the sound down a little bit. If I had the AWE, I wouldn't have that option. It would pretty much be straight pipe the whole entire time. So that's why I went with catless. Now you can go with the high flow, but I wanted to go catless. Why not? Send it. So mod number 2, VRSF catless downpipe. Now mod number 3, this guy right here, MST intake. I said about a 20-minute install, not too bad at all. This is one of my first mods. I believe it was my first mod before anything else. Pretty easy install, pretty quick too. The stock intake actually comes with a muffler to dampen the sound of the intake sounds. So your intake comes with its own muffler. You know we had to delete that. So we got the MST performance intake. Sounds insane. Love it. That's mod number 3. Mod number 4. JB4. Now what's in here, I'll open up for you. Now if you see my last video, you know what the JB4 is about, but this is pretty much where I have it at right now. JB4. Now if you're in a situation like me where you have a locked DME, I have a 2021, so my DME is locked, and I didn't feel like spending the $2 grand to ship it out just to unlock it, I opted for a JB4. Now with the JB4, you get custom maps, multiple maps, off-the-shelf maps. And for me, it works great. I like it a lot, you know. Allows me to run E85, which brings me to mod number 5. I lost count already, but you get the gist of it. Fueler kit. Now, it's not really a performance mod. It's more of a mod, pretty much to tell me how much E I have in the car. So that's that guy right there. Now, if you see my JB4 video, I also explained what the fueler kit is for. And that pretty much allows me to know how much E85 I'm running in the car. Now my most recent mod, which I actually been running for the last, I say about a week or so, I actually just flashed my transmission with XHP trans flash. Now, as I said before, the JB4, I absolutely love it. It definitely wakes up the car. But I felt like there was something always holding the JB4 back. I felt like there was something, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like I knew the JB4, the B58 platform had so much more to give, but for some reason, it just didn't feel like it was, you know, living up to its potential. Until I flashed the transmission with XHP. I pretty much have full potential of what my engine can do without tuning it and what the JB4 can do. Now the JB4 pretty much has full open roads to do as much power as it could possibly do on whatever E50 blend I have, and it pretty much gives me full torque, full power, as much as the JB4 can give. Now with the XHP flash, I feel like my transmission is not holding back the JB4 or the B58 anymore. Pretty much whatever the JB4 can trick the engine into doing, and the engine is capable of doing that without having the transmission pretty much yell back at the engine like, hey, you're doing too much, chill out. Now she's full send, and that's pretty much all the mods I have. The eBay front lip, I did have a split in the back. I took that off because I bought another one, but it got delayed, so that's why it's not on right now. Pretty banged up too. I don't know what I hit, but I hit something, and she cracked right here. But hey, it's part of the game, right? She's super, super dirty today, but I definitely got washed. Now, check the fitment. It's kind of flush, nothing too crazy, but I'm running 15mm BMS wheel spacers, front and back, squared around. These down here from Tommy L Garage, mud flaps. Now as you can see, they're flat. Like the factory ones are just like this, but they have a little lip that comes out here, so it gives it like the little 3D effect. I don't like mud flaps. I don't like the way they look, so I felt like these were the best options. I mean, you can still see them, but it's black on a black car, so pretty much blends in. But front and back, mud flaps. Now the last mod that I almost forgot to mention, which is an interior mod. I used to have a steering wheel wrap on it, but I took it off. I kind of like the OEM look a little bit better. But the interior mod that I do have is this guy right here. Now, my car came with the ambient light package, stock. You can see right there, on the back doors. But for some reason, from factory, did not come with this guy right here. So I installed this. I actually got this from my boy Mike. He installed it in his car. I fell in love with it. Yeah, he ended up getting it for me. So thank you, Mike. But pretty much, you replace the OEM part right here, and it adds little ambient light here. Now, obviously, it's daytime, so you're not gonna be able to see it. So I'll insert a nighttime clip right now. And as you can see, you go through the menus. You go through all the OEM colors. Now I did code my bronze to be red, so that's why you can see the red color instead of bronze. But just like OEM, I think it should have came from factory with this mod, but for some reason it didn't, so we added it. Here we go. On this side too. Now I have to say, for it being an aftermarket part, this looks almost, if not exact, to OEM style and feel. As far as the silver and the black, it pretty much resembles identical to the OEM piece itself. So it's not like you're gonna add this part and, you know, make your interior feel or look cheaper. It's actually gonna look exactly the same, but you have ambient light.